What is up, ladies and gentlemen? How is it going? Welcome back to World of Tanks. Patch 9.20 test server is up and running, and as promised, I am here to bring you some new hot stuff. And believe me guys, we have a lot of hot stuff in the patch 9.20. So what you are going to see in the near future, in my future episodes, is preview episodes about new Chinese TDs starting from tier 8, I believe. I believe this is the lowest tier I am able to go on the test server. So tier 8, tier 9, tier 10 Chinese TDs, and you are also going to see our new tier 10 French TD called Foch Beep. That is going to replace Foch 155 with 120mm gun. That is amazing, if we are not going to look at the penetration, of course, but more about that in the Foch Beep's preview episode or review episode. And a lot more things on the top of that: rebalancing, reworks, new features, new game modes, and so on. But more about all that in the future, because today our main guest today is WZ-113G FT, which is a new upcoming tier 10 Chinese tank destroyer in this game. So in today's episode I am going to take my first look at it. I am going to show you some gameplay action on the background and one quite awesome gameplay at the end as well. So let's get going, and as always let's start with the stats. Let's see how this tank compares to the other tier 10 TDs that have 750 alpha damage guns, cannons on the tank. So average damage per shot 750, and I'm going to compare this tank to the Gorilla 15, Object 268 and T110E3 because they have a lot of similarities. Okay, Gorilla 15 is over here just because it is Gorilla 15, but Object 268 is kind of the same, and T110E3 is almost like brother from another mother because of the frontal armor, but more about that in a moment. So 750 average damage per shot, which is awesome. Average penetration 290. Compared to the Gorilla 15's 279, it is better, but Object 268 that has 303 and T110E3 that has 295, they have a little bit better penetration, but 290 is good enough versus, I can say, versus everything in this game already. So you do not need to spam that many heat rounds. That actually has 395mm of penetration. If 290 is not good for you, add 105mm on the top of it with premium heat rounds, which is crazy. And after pressing your 2 key, you should be able to penetrate every single tank in this game eyes closed. Yes. Rate of fire 3.68 rounds per minute equals stock reload time 16.3 seconds. All those stats that you are going to hear over here are with 100% crew, without any equipment, crew skills or consumables, just 100%. Crew. Gun traverse speed 27.12 degrees per second, which is exactly the same as on Object 268 on T110E3, but Gorilla 15 has a little bit slower because Gorilla 15 has kind of a turret that is not fully traversable, but it is a turret or gun system, I believe we can say that. And this gun traverse is limited, or is 27.12 on every single TD, because this is how fast you can turn your gun and just the gun, so this number is pretty standard. But the reload speed is actually, yeah, not too bad. It is better than on Gorilla 15, same as on T110E3, but Object 268 has a little bit better 15.82 second reload time. Gun depression -6 degrees, gun elevation 15 degrees. It is not the best. Gorilla 15 has -7 degrees, 268 has -5 degrees, but T110E3 has -8 degrees of gun depression and 16 degrees of gun elevation. 15 degrees of gun elevation is pretty standard, or all the rest of the guys besides E3 have the same. Gun traverse limit is 12 and 12 degrees, so this is how much you can turn your gun to the left side and to the right side of the tank. Gorilla 15 has a 50% turning turret, Object U68 has 11 degrees of controversial limit, and D110E3 has 8 degrees of turning limit. So 12 degrees is, guys, not too bad. I can say better than on U68 and a lot better than on E3. Aiming time is really standard, 2.4 seconds. On Gorilla 15 we have crazy aiming time, as we all know, 1.44 second aiming time, but 268 has 2.59 seconds, for example, and once again E3 has exactly the same aiming time, 2.4 seconds. Accuracy 0.36. Which is by far the worst accuracy. Gorilla 15 has 0.26, Object U68 has 0.32, and E3 has 0.35. So 113G FT has by far the worst accuracy. Average damage per minute 2761, better than on Gorilla 15, but not as good as on Object 268 that has 2845. So almost 100 extra DPM on the Object 268, but DPM is exactly the same as on D110E3 because their reloading time was the same as well. So overall gun handling and firepower, I can say that it is nothing special. This tank doesn't shine with anything firepower wise, that is. It has a really good penetration, yes, but not the best. Alpha damage is 750, which is pretty standard. Gun depression is not the best, but not the worst. Controversial limit, okay, if I can bring up something, then it has 1 degrees better controversial limit than on 268, for example, and that is it. Aiming time, accuracy, DPM, everything is standard. So this tank doesn't shine with the firepower, but firepower, don't get me wrong, is still really good. But moving on into the survivability, over here we have some really interesting things, and I believe survivability actually makes this tank, especially when it is going to be on the live server, because over here testing out survivability is kinda meh, because I have had games where I receive, let's say, 20 rounds or 15 rounds, and every single round received was premium round. This is something that you are not going to see on the live server, so your armor has a lot more value over there. But survivability, hit points, it has the highest amount of hit points over here, 2100 HP. Gorilla 15 has 1,800 HP, Object 268 has 1950, and T110E3 has 2050. So WZ-113G FT is winning with HP, and it is also going to shine with the frontal hull armor. Hull armor values 230 in the front, 80 on the sides, and 70 in the rear. That 70mm in the rear is the thickest rear armor out of all those tanks over here, but that 230mm thick frontal hull armor is crazy good, guys. I have bounced so many premium rounds that it really is scary. I do not know what this tank is going to do on the live server versus a lot of tier 8s versus a lot of tier 9s. You need to get on the sides or in the rear of this vehicle to be able to penetrate it reliably. It doesn't have too many weak spots from the front. Now sadly, while I am making this episode at the moment, I do not have any 3D models available. Even on the tanks.gg they do not have that patch 9.20's test server update up yet. So I cannot provide you any 3D profiles, any weak spots, any like 100% weak spots, but what I have seen, at least, if let's say you can see 113G under angle like this, you might be able to penetrate that side plate over here. That side plate doesn't seem to be the strongest, and I have seen some penetrations into myself by, I don't know, let's say 260mm penetration guns under angle like this even into the side plate. Maybe I was just super unlucky, but this is how it felt at least. Or maybe there was someone in the bushes shooting me under angle like this into the side plate, but this plate doesn't seem to be 230mm thick. But frontal plate, that huge plate, is most definitely super strong, and if you're able to get it under angle like this, let's say under tiny hull down situation, you have to think about your -6 degrees of gun depression as well, but under angle like this I have bounced announced so many premium rounds, it is not even funny, guys. And the overall survivability, I can say, is really good. I would rate it 8.5 or even 9 out of 10, because high amount of HP and really good frontal hull armor. And turretless TDs, they are all about that frontal hull armor, because if anything gets next to you or behind you, you are dead anyway. And same goes to the Gorilla 15 as well, actually. If anything gets behind Gorilla 15, Gorilla is dead, because it doesn't have fully rotatable turret. So survivability on 113G is awesome. Next up we have mobility. This tank is going to be a 55 tons heavy tank with 650 horsepower engine, which is by far the weakest engine over here. Gorilla 15 850 horsepower engine. 268 has 800 horsepower engine, and T110E3 has the strongest engine, 875 horsepower engine, but specific power on E3 is the weakest, because E3, thanks to the awesome 305mm thick frontal hull armor, has 75 tons of weight to carry. E3 is close to 75 tons heavy tank destroyer. So specific power on 113G is 11.82. Yes, this is not the best. This is actually one of the worst power to weight ratios. Gorilla 15 21.25 and 268 has 15.69. E3 has a little bit weaker or lower power to weight ratio. Top speed 38, reverse speed 16. Reverse speed 16 is the best, but 38 is actually quite okay for this kind of vehicle. And thanks to the 55 tons heavy tank, 650 horsepower engine, you can actually get up to 35 quite easily. Traverse speed is the best, 31.29 degrees per second. Gorilla 15 25, 268 has 29.2 and E3 has 25.03. So 113 is winning over here. And the overall mobility, what I can say, I don't know, decent at the best. 6 out of 10. Nothing too bad, but nothing great either. Yeah. Concealment of stationary vehicle 14.93, of moving vehicle 8.94. Better than on Gorilla, not as good as on 268, and better than on E3, so average once again. And finally, view range is also pretty standard, 390 meter view range. Same as on Gorilla 15 and on E3, but poor 268, as always, Russian tanks, 370 meter view range. So this was WZ-113G FT on paper compared to the other tier 10 DDs with 100% crew. Now guys, before jumping into some gameplay action, let's see how beast this vehicle can be with my crew, with my equipment and consumables as well. So I have brothers in arms, I have situational awareness and recon skill at 100%, I have tank gun rammer, ventilation and coated optics, and I am playing this tank with food as well, because why not? Why coated optics? Is because I am playing this tank a little bit more aggressively than most of you guys maybe, and I would actually like to spot targets. You can see my view range is 494 meters, which is bloody awesome, and I'm able to do some spotting, getting assistance that way and all that. And I am able to do that because of my frontal hull armor, which is just super good. So let's see the firepower with my new crew and equipment. Reload time 13.45 seconds, which is almost as good as on the IS-7, guys. This is crazy. 750 alpha damage gun. What else changed? Aiming time 2.2 seconds, awesome accuracy 0.33 and TPM 3346 average damage per minute. Tank traverse speed is 35.85 degrees per second, concealment 26.68, of moving vehicle 17.59, which is not too bad actually, and as I said, view range close to the 500 meters. Awesome, this is my WZ-113G FT. Now let's see this beast in action as well, but you have already seen a lot of battles on the background. Let's go. Now you have seen some gameplay action on the background already. Let's jump into one live battle as well and let's see how we are doing over here. This matchmaking is actually pretty nice, if I may say so. Yeah, If that E5 is not going to block me, that would be even better. Come on, make up your mind. Oh, we are... Oh, just... Oh my god, I missed it just by a hair. Just by a hair. And, okay, I took the shot anyway. God damn it. No, not enough gun arc. I don't know why I didn't check it before. Why I didn't check it before that. Okay. E5, calm down. Boom, 748. Awesome. It doesn't matter how this battle goes, everything goes into the video, because I believe you would like to see this tank in live action. How it performs, how it feels, how it moves, and so on. Oh yeah. Boom. Nice. Turned. You made that mistake. That's gonna make that mistake and turned. Mouse is going to be over here as well. Let's track him. Nice. Awesome. I wanted to say maybe he's going to use the repair kit. Wasted repair kit is always better than nothing. And boom. Penetration through the turret. 290 is good enough for that. I was quite lucky with the angle as well. Oh yes, please come on, someone track him. Okay, it had to be me once again. One mouse has been destroyed. Let's go for the turret once again. Boom, 600. Wow, I'm getting pretty unlucky rolls. 600 from the 750 alpha damage boomstick. And I believe it is time to move in, because they are not going to do that themselves. Fuck that. One guy is over here. Nice. Okay, awesome. He's dead. How far can I go? How far can I go? Well, I'm going for the flanking maneuver. Come on, mouse. No, 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 no. Don't waste my time, buddy. Oh. Now I have to think about those Foch bees and everything that are going to be behind me soon. Well, okay, I fucked up. I know that. Soon. Yep, Badget is over here. Let's try to take out that mouse finally. Some high roll action as well. Badget, come on, block your own guy. Holy shit, 2 Badgets! 2 Badgets! Okay, yeah, nothing to do. 7-15, we lost this battle. But guys, you were able to see what this gun is capable of doing anyway. With standard rounds, you can penetrate Mouse's turrets, you can kill Mouse, and you can get Mouse Trap awards. Yeah, 7-15 lost. Nothing we can do, really, in that situation, but top by damage done. Overall, awesome. Awesome. And I lost some credits because I was playing this tank with a food. But, ladies and gents, I believe that is it about our new upcoming tier 10 Chinese DD called WZ-113G FT. And for the end of the episode, quick look at Detectory as well, how much experience you have to get with tier 9 WZ-111G FT. You have to get 231,000 experience. After that, boom, this vehicle is available for purchase with 6.1 million credits, or for 6.1 million credits, unless you are going to get it with some kind of discount. And my final opinion about this tank is it is like T110E3, a little bit faster, just a little bit weaker than T110E3 in my opinion, and it looks like buffed ISU 152. So buffed ISU 152 that plays like T110E3. What is not to like? Faster T110E3. A lot faster actually. And this is what I like about this tank the most. You can actually move around on the battlefield. You can spot stuff, you can do some scouting, you can do some killing, some heavy damages, and so on. It is not too bad, guys. Yeah. WZ-113G FT. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Stay tuned for more action. In my next episode, most likely, I am going to take my first look at this beast. So stay tuned for more. Take care and bye.